Hey there, my conscious celestials. My name is Natasha Lauren, and I'm here to help you create the life that you desire. So, let me start off with what self-concept is. So, your self-concept is basically your home. It's the place that you think from, that you feel from. Like, your self-concept is basically everything that you are. It's everything combined. It's everything that you are and what you identify with, and it also makes your personality. So everything in your reality relies on your self-concept. That is because you think and feel from that place. You act from your whatever your self-concept is, you will act based on your self-concept. You will expect and also not expect certain things to happen to you or to be possible for you within your reality based on your self-concept. Your self-concept is basically everything that you are, you expect, you act, etc. Okay, so now we've covered what your self-concept is. Let me just get straight into how you can change and the steps that we're going to do to help you change your self-concept. So as I mentioned, your self-concept is everything. It's your personality, it's the place that you act, you feel, you expect from, etc, etc. Self-concept is not just you being, I saw someone tweet this actually, like your self-concept is not just about you being hot or just about you being loved or just about any of those things. Like your self-concept is everything. So now that it comes to us changing our self-concept, the first thing I want you to do is to take some time to look at all of the parts of your self-concept that are unwanted. Like I said, it's not just about your looks, it's not just about the aesthetic, all of that kind of stuff. It's every single area. So by this, take some time to look at the different areas of your life. This includes how you are as a friend, how you are as a partner, how you are at work, how you are within your workplace, towards your business, you are towards people, parts of your personality that are no longer desirable for you, your money, like it's literally everything. So take a look and take some time, and also I would suggest writing down those parts, like I said, friends, etc, etc. I'll list them for you, of your self-concept that are unwanted, and write those down. So the reason that it is important that you identify these particular parts of your self-concept that you are not happy with, that are undesirable, that you no longer want, etc, etc, is because the first thing you have to understand when it comes to changing your self-concept is that you have to abandon every single thing that you put on that list. Like those things are no longer part of your desired self-concept. They're no longer going to be part of your self-concept. So you need to identify what those things are. And keep it as a list as well. Like keep the list there just so you know, because these are the things that you have to decide that you are no longer going to identify with. They are no longer part of your self-concept. So you literally have to completely abandon those particular things that you wrote down on that list. And this also includes your habits and your attitudes, etc. Like you have to be, if you want to change your self-concept, you have to be willing to abandon these particular things. Now that you have first of all identified the parts of your self-concept that are no longer desirable for you, now we're going to do the opposite. So for those same list of things, and again I will list them for you, for those same list of things, decide what new self-concept, what is your desired self-concept in relation to those things. Let's say before, as a friend, before you might not have been the bestest of friends, you don't keep good communication, etc, etc. Part of your new self-concept now is that you are an amazing friend. You're the friend that everyone wants to be around, wants to be with, all that kind of stuff. It could be in your personality. You might be shy, you might be timid, and you don't want that to be part of your part of your self-concept, your personality anymore. So now for your desired, you want to be confident. You want to be able to walk into a room and feel heard and seen and know that people are listening to you and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so for every single thing that you wrote down on your unwanted list, and that is also currently part of your current self-concept, we're now going to do the opposite and write down the things that we do want as part of our self-concept. So once you have identified these things, as I said at the beginning, your self-concept is your home. It is the place that you think, feel, and act from. So this new list, this is your new self-concept, and now this has to be your new home. To actually change your self-concept, it's one thing writing the list down and being able to identify what it is that you want your new self-concept to be, but to actually change your self-concept, you can do affirmations. Now, just repeating, I say this all the time with affirmations, but especially with self-concept, just repeating affirmations are not going to do anything if you are just repeating them in vain. Like if you are just sitting there and repeating the words, I am a confident person, I am the bestest friend, all that kind of stuff. That's not going to do anything. That's just repeating words in vain. So you can definitely use affirmations to help change your self-concept, but you need to identify with the meaning of what the affirmation means. Like you need to, what does it actually mean to you? What is the feeling of that? How do you now feel that you are a confident person? You're not just repeating that I am a confident person. How does that feel? Like you have to really embody whatever that affirmation is. So now let me give you like a little routine from day to night time of what you can do to help change your self-concept. This is something that you have to stick at as well. It's not something that you just do for like 2 or 3 days and then, okay, great, my self-concept has changed. Like this is your new home now. This is your new self-concept. This is how you think and feel and act from daily. Like this is the new you. It's not just something that you decide to do one day and then tomorrow I'm going to go back to that old self-concept. No, like this is a decision that you have to make and you have to stick with. So a little routine that I would like suggest to you guys. I think another thing, the thing with changing your self-concept, there is so many different ways that you can do it. You can get creative with it. You can do whatever you want as long as it's making you and allowing you to feel and really think from and really come from the place of that new self-concept. But this is what I would suggest. In the morning, first thing when you wake up, like even before your eyes have opened, even before then, if there are affirmations that you want to use for your self-concept, then do them. Like I said earlier, don't just repeat them in vain, but really take that time to feel and to associate and to identify with what that new affirmation, your new self-concept means. Like this is the new you. So you are saying those things because you believe it as truth about yourself. So that can be the first thing that you do in the morning. So really like part of your morning and just throughout the day in general, really picture yourself as that ideal person in feeling. Like all of manifesting is to do with feeling and thinking from that desirable place. So think and feel really with feeling as you are that new ideal person. Now, another thing that you can do to help change your self-concept, if you want to, as you go about your day, you can also dress as this new person. This new self-concept that you have, how does that person now dress? Like, you know, your old self-concept used to dress like this or do that. You can also help and to really get you into that place. Change your behavior, change your clothes, change the things that you do that now relate to your new self-concept, that now are identifiable with this new person, this new self-concept. You can also do that as you just go about your day, like whatever will help you really feel like this person that has that kind of self-concept. Another thing that you can do is set an alarm or set a reminder on your phone for some time in the afternoon, like whatever time works for you, by the time you finished work, or if you just have free time at a certain time every single day. And in this time, think of 2 or 3 words that embody the state of what your new self-concept is. So for example, if you identified that in your old self-concept, when it, you know, in the money section or whatever, you don't, you know, that's undesirable for you anymore. Part of your new self-concept is that you want to be wealthy, you want to have a good wealth mindset, all that kind of stuff, that you're confident, that you feel free, like you're free to be your true authentic self. Like that's who you are, that's what you want your new self-concept to be. Take those 3 states, so wealth, confidence, freedom, being free, all that kind of stuff. So set your alarm, and this is when you're going to take some time to really get into the feeling of that state that is associated to that, you know, to that particular word. So what I like to do is I will set my alarm, and I know I'm going to take about 15 minutes. Again, the timing of it doesn't really matter, like whatever works for you, but just make sure you really feel it, and take some time to ask yourself, how does it feel now that I am confident? And really just sink into the feeling of that. Like, you don't try to question it, don't try to wonder, like, you're focusing on the feeling. So how does it feel now that I'm confident? And focus on that fear, like just that feeling. You need to do it to experience it for yourself, but really just sink into that feeling. Then go on to the next thing. How does it feel now that I am wealthy? How does it feel now that I am free? Like, take that time when you set that alarm to really sink into the feeling. Like, this is your new self-concept, this is who you are. So really take that time to feel it in emotion, or feel it in your body. And another thing, throughout your day, now that we are embodying this new self-concept, throughout your day, when something happens, when something arises, whatever, first of all, like I said, keep that list there. Do it on your phone if you need to. Keep that thing, like, this is what you are sticking to. This is your new self-concept. So when something comes up, now that you are, like, this is your new self-concept, and this is your new home, if something comes up that you don't like, or just whatever, like any situation, ask yourself, how would someone, or how do I react to this now that I am this confident person, now that I am this wealthy person, now that I am, and think and feel and act from that place. Like, you really are abandoning everything else, all of your old self-concepts, all of that kind of stuff. You now are embodying your new self-concept. So ask yourself that daily. When you are reacting to certain things, ask yourself and check yourself and say to yourself, is this how, you know, this ideal person with this particular self-concept, would they be reacting in the same way? Would they be doing the same thing? Would they be, you know, would I be going to the same place, entertaining, like all that kind of stuff? Ask yourself that, and act, think and feel from that particular place. So yeah, that is just a quick little, like, step-by-step routine that I would suggest to you when changing your self-concept. The most important thing to remember is to you have to be willing to abandon your old self-concept and those old things in those particular areas that are no longer desirable for you, or are, you know, that are undesirable, and fully embody and accept and feel from and think from your new self-concept. And it is a daily thing. It's not just as simple as repeating an affirmation. Like, this is your new role. Like, you really have to be this new person with this new particular self-concept. So yeah, try it and really embody it, and persist no matter what. Definitely comment down below some things about your current self-concept that you want to change and what your new self-concept is going to be, and definitely come back. Let me know how you guys get on in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.